What's up, everybody? It is the Bible Study Dude, and we're kicking off Season 2. Let's get into it. Okay, right off the bat, you're going to see a notification that Big James is now being portrayed by a new actor. If you've noticed in Season 1, it seemed almost like every other episode there was a new person playing Big James. They finally found a guy that's going to stick. You're going to love him, I promise you that. This episode actually opens up with a flash forward instead of a flash back like most have. We're going to be at the Shiva, at the funeral for Big James. In Acts 12, the first 2 verses, you can read that Big James was run through with the sword. So we are with the disciples, and the Apostle John is going to be gathering notes for his gospel. After the opening credits, we get back into our main timeline. We're going to meet back up with Thomas and Rhema. If you remember them from the wedding at Cana, Thomas was invited by Jesus to follow him. We'll meet back up with them and their journey as they try to find the others. Jesus and the disciples will be in the town of Sychar. If you remember from the end of episode 8 in season 1, we are in Samaritan territory, which is actually quite dangerous for Jews back in that day. The woman at the well that Jesus spoke to has been spreading the word. You're going to see Jesus start to preach to all of the crowds that the woman from the well is bringing to him. A little later on in this episode, the group is going to share a special dinner with a special dinner guest. I would like you to see if you can guess who that dinner guest is after he tells his story. Big James and John are going to receive a nickname from Jesus in this. If you are familiar with Mark chapter 3, you probably know what that nickname is. And then to close out this episode, we're going to kind of go back and forth between our main timeline and the flash forward with John. He's going to close out the episode with the beginning of his gospel. Those are the things to watch out for as we open up season 2. Next, I'll be getting into everybody's favorite part, my nerd notes. So as I mentioned, it's going to open up with everybody being at Shiva. Shiva is a 7-day mourning period. You are forbidden from doing any work, from shaving, bathing for pleasure, wearing leather shoes. Ladies, you would not put on any makeup. This is a time of mourning, kind of denying oneself. The focus is supposed to be on the one who has been lost. You would also cover up any mirrors in the house. You would rip your clothing, pour ash on your head. You would wear a sackcloth, so it'd be very uncomfortable and itchy. You would abstain from anything that could be perceived as selfish or self-centered. Again, the town that we're going to be in is the town of Sychar in Samaria. Sychar is mentioned only one time in the Bible in connection with Jesus' visit to Jacob's well. The Gospel of John notes that Sychar was near the plot of ground that Jacob had given to his son Joseph and where Jacob's well was located. The town was situated in the region of Samaria between Judea and Galilee. The historical accuracy of the biblical account is supported by the proximity of Sychar to Jacob's well, a historically attested site that remains a significant landmark today. There have been archaeological findings that confirm a settlement existed in that area from the time of the Hebrew monarchy to the time of Christ, and it supports the plausibility of the biblical account. The death of Big James, he is the only apostle recorded in the New Testament for being martyred. James is traditionally honored as the first of the original 12 apostles to die for his faith. The martyrdom occurred around 41 to 44 AD in Jerusalem. The most famous tradition holds that after his death, James's remains were miraculously transported by his followers to the coast of Spain and buried there. Due to these Spanish traditions, Saint James is the patron saint of Spain and of pilgrims. That's it for Nerd Notes and what to watch for. I hope you enjoy episode 1 of season 2. I'm so glad to have you back with me. Thank you for joining me for season 2. I hope you have as much fun watching as I've had watching The Chosen. It has absolutely changed the way that I view the Bible now. I do some of the prayers that you see them do in the show. I've incorporated that into my own life. The show has absolutely changed my life. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me through all of these episodes. Hope you enjoy episode 2, and I'll be back for post-show notes and Bible verse references.